Welcome back to our live show. Our next guest comes on often to share helpful financial information that you can use. Today we talk about ABLE accounts, tax advantage savings accounts for people with disabilities. Financial expert J.B. Bryan is here with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl. It's great to be here talking about such an important topic. It's vital.
I had to do research. I had never heard of an ABLE account, so it's relatively new. Who is it to benefit?
It's really for those who love people with disabilities. I mean, is what it was designed for, because it was a grassroots project at its essence for parents who had disabled children and people that were disabled as adults, and that they realized how expensive it is to be an adult with disabilities, that parents really started going to Congress and making an active movement that we need to have a way that we can save for a child with a disability or save for a person with a disability, but the disability onset has to start before the age 26. That's why I keep saying a child. Because, and if you think about it, you know, at work plans or health insurance, you can only cover your child up to the age 26.
Right.
So when you're talking about your child is still disabled and they're now 27, and you had to take them off your insurance, it's like, what do you do to take care of that child when the government assistance, like for Medicare or Medicaid, I should say, for Medicaid, that you cannot have more than $2,000 in a savings account.
Right.
So with that asset limit, it really took away for their ability to have a good life. So the ABLE was about creating a better life experience.
Now, the money that you put into this account, though, has to be used for very specific things, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they're not really that specific. They're basic things that we all need, and especially people with disabilities, and they have a growing need for that because things are expensive, more expensive for them. So therefore, setting up your housing to make it appropriate for you, for getting proper training for your career, for taking care of all of the expenses that are associated with a person with a disability that too often are more expensive for them. But we live in a world now where a person with a disability can have an active life if they have the funds available for them to do the things they need.
And because this is a savings account, like say, for example, if you had an account set up, I could donate or give you money to put into your account.
And on top of that, the great a Virginia plan called ABLE Now. You can go to ablenow.com, and they actually, if you participate in that plan, that will allow you to get a tax credit for giving your disabled family member, and that's a $2,000 tax credit for each individual, a maximum of $2,000, but a husband and a wife, they could put in $4,000 and each get a $2,000 Virginia state tax credit.
And each state has, well, the minimum, several states have these set up. Every state doesn't have them. But I was surprised to see that in Virginia, it's administered by the 529 program. Why is that?
Because the ABLE account, very good point, falls under what is called the 529A. So the funds that you're putting away grow 100% tax-free. So it's very similar to the 529 that's only used for education. So Congress put it as a 529A. So the 529, it was easy for them to just add on this additional service. But the beautiful thing about the 529A ABLE account is that you can have a debit card connected to it. So it has a banking feature for the disabled beneficiary and account owner.
To make it easy to utilize the money that you save.
Yes. So that first $2,000 that you contribute goes into really a savings checking account that you can use for your debit card. And then when you go over that first $2,000, there are actually investment opportunities in that ABLE account. So you definitely talk with your financial advisor. It's an opportunity for a person or family to save for their disabled loved one, for a person that is disabled that is making money, for them to save and get that tax savings. And it's just a great opportunity that too many are not taking advantage of. Even if you give to your loved one, you're able to take advantage of that as get that tax credit from the state. So it's a good opportunity for us to learn. Go to ablenow.com and check out the specifics on how to qualify.
Right, because this doesn't count against qualification for any federal assistance like SSI or Medicaid or anything like that. You can actually save outside of those limits.
And once that first $100,000 doesn't affect this Social Security income that you may be receiving, but after $100,000, then your Social Security benefit will stop, the income that you're getting from there. So once you're back under $100,000, then it will begin again. But your Medicaid benefits, the health insurance benefits, do not stop. So regardless of how much you put in there, and the maximum contribution or bill accumulation for the state of Virginia is $500,000. So that's a pretty good way to plan financially. And prior to this, you had to have a legal things like a
trust
a
or
special
something.
needs trust,
Yeah.
and that becomes very expensive for the family. So this is an opportunity to save on legal expenses and invest.
Well, thank you for a lesson today. I learned something new. JB Bryan joining us today. And you can check out JB's money seminars every Wednesday at noon and Sundays at 3.